AMCU's President Joseph Matunjwa threatened to bring the country to a standstill and David Beckham to retire at the end of the season. I'm Richard Brooks. AMCU's President Joseph Matunjwa has threatened to bring the country to a standstill. Matunjwa says they will hold a mass march over continued union rivalry in the Rustenburg platinum mining region in the northwest. He addressed thousands of mine workers at a memorial service in Marikana yesterday for AMCU leader Mowetu Stevens, who was murdered last weekend. Matunjwa also called off the unprotected strike by miners who've been calling for Lonmin Platinum Mine to recognize AMCU and not NUM as the majority union at the mine.
AMCU hasn't called any strike. There is no strike. Whoever participates in that strike, he mustn't call himself a member of AMCU. We know the due processes, how to follow the processes. We are appealing to our members not to participate in any form of illegal protest. If we want a protest, we'll follow the due processes through the CCMA. We cannot put our members' work at risk at this point in time.
A media briefing is expected to be called early next week to release government's findings of its probe into the alleged unauthorized landing of the Gupta family's private jet. Yesterday, government committed to making public the findings. The landing took place about 2 weeks ago when nearly 200 passengers arrived at the Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria to attend a Gupta family wedding in Sun City. So far, 5 officials in the International Relations, Police and Defence Departments and 11 Tshwane Metro police officers have been suspended for their alleged role in the saga. More than 100 people have held a night vigil outside President Jacob Zuma's Durban house under the banner of the Right to Know campaign. They say the Protection of State Information Bill should not be signed into law, as it will rob South Africans of vital information. Right to Know's Nomvula Skakana.
We demand a just and limited classification of law that promotes our constitutional rights. The current secrecy bill undermines our freedom of expression and right to access of information guaranteed in the Constitution. We demand a full public interest defense. The current secrecy bill only has narrow protection for whistleblowers and public advocates that excludes a range of matters in the public interest, like shady tendering practices or improper appointments within key state agencies.
Former England football captain David Beckham is to retire at the end of the season after a playing career spanning more than 2 decades at the highest level. He started his career at Manchester United and also played for Real Madrid and in the United States with LA Galaxy. He became the first English player to win a championship in 4 different countries. Beckham says it's the right time to hang up his boots.
It's a difficult decision because I still feel that I can play at the top level and still have done for the last 6 months. But I always, secretly said to myself that I want to go out at the top.